Hey everybody, how you guys doing? How y'all doing? I'm sorry. Y'all know when you have kids and you set a time frame as for certain things and then they come home with other things on the list, I had to take care of a few things before I jump back on. And I didn't want to have to jump on and then end the live if the conversation got really nice, hot and heavy. So who do we have in the chat today? Oh yeah, I'm having tea. Organic spicy ginger, Kimberly. That's what I'm rocking with today. All right, let me open up the chat so I can see who we have in here with us. All right. YouTube. So, welcome. I don't even think I let Kelly Kells know that I was jumping on. So hopefully she gets the notification. Um, Hopefully she gets a notification. Hey, Lily Jules. So we got Lily Jules in the house. We got Miss T in the house. We got Trudy in the house. We got Kimberly in the house. Who else we got in the house? Anybody else? Oh, hey, Only Oni. We got Only Oni in the house. All right. So y'all know. I'm going to wait until a few more people get in. And then I'm going to make an announcement because Trudy made a donation today. So I am going to be answering the questions live today. So Trudy made a donation where we can have two people questions answered on tonight's live. Okay. It's going to be up to Trudy as to who she wants to select for those questions to be answered. Okay. So the more people we get in, like towards the middle of the live, we'll just circle back to Trudy so she can pick exactly who she wants to give those to. So major shout out to Trudy for that donation. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. So tonight we are talking about uh, Relationship Chronicles, and we are talking about the wounded soul or the wounded person or mastering your wounds. Um, oh, Trudy said it's not up to. Okay, so Trudy wants me to pick. Okay, all right. So Trudy wants me to select somebody to give. Okay, all right. Okay, Trudy, we'll do that. We can do that in the middle. Okay, I'm good with that. All right. So let me grab the book, y'all. Okay. So I have the book, and we're going in with the mastery of love tonight. So the topic that we're discussing tonight from the mastery of love is you have to start at the foundation, and this book starts at your wounds. Okay. So the topic tonight is: do you or have you realized that you have taken old wounds from past relationships into new relationships and then have very similar experiences with different faiths? Okay. One of the things that he talks about in the book, and you guys are welcome to definitely download the book. One of the things that he speaks about in the book is mastering your wounds, and you become a master of being hurt, and you become a master of your pain that you keep creating the same pain, maybe with different experiences in your life. Okay, so we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about how we've mastered our wounds, and if we are not careful, how we can go from relationship to the relationship, experiencing like the same trauma, like the bandage keeps getting ripped off of an old wound, but we never really heal. Okay, so with that being said, what's the consensus here so far? How do you guys feel about that? Have everybody like everybody in the chat, how do you guys feel about that? Do you guys take the time to pause and heal between relationships, or do you find that you are ready to jump right into a relationship? Like, what's your process after you've ended a relationship, after you're in transition? What is the process after transition of a relationship? Personally speaking, I like to take time out and get to know myself. So I don't want to check in. I don't want to answer no questions. I don't, like I just want to be free. I don't want to have to explain myself. That's me personally. Okay. So, for those of you that are jumping on, today we are studying from the mastery of love. And the topic for today, because we're going off of chapter 1, is the wounded mind. The question is, do you take the time to heal and pause between relationships, or do you just jump into a relationship? Do you just jump into another relationship? I have a really good friend of mine, and he admitted to me that he can't be without a woman. So it doesn't take him a long time to jump back into a relationship. So he prefers not to be by himself. So he does not necessarily take the time to heal. He just jumps into the next situation. However, this is also a friend that has explained to me that he doesn't know what love is. He's never experienced real love. So that's why we're going through this. We're going through to talk about these things. Okay. So, Mystical Mind 27, which is Kimberly. Kimberly said she paused and she healed. Okay. What about Trudy and only do you guys pause and heal in between relationships, or you guys okay, you take time in between? What do you guys feel like is enough time? Like, how much time do you think you should take in between a relationship for a pause? How much time? I say take as much time as you need, right? I say take as much time as you need. Um, that's going to be important. Take as much time as you need. I don't really know if I will put a time frame on it, depending on the relationship. Yeah, depending on the relationship. Okay. Yep. Only I'm with you. For me, it took me about 3 years. I'm now coming out of it where I now feel like I want to share what I'm doing, share how I'm feeling. I don't necessarily feel like uh I needed time. I feel like for me, it's been 3 years. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to jump back into something new, into something more healthy. Before, if I jumped into anything back then, it would have been more about self validation, and it would have been more about like comforting that wounded part of me that really only I can comfort and heal. Okay. So, all right. What is the longest that you've taken between relationship? For me, I think maybe 4 years in between relationship. Um, Maybe 4 years in between this relationship. Um, yeah, about 4 years. Okay. Okay, you ready to? Yep, I have definitely learned. And can I tell y'all something? So, what this 3 years have taught me is one, I am absolutely worthy. And I told you guys I was working in the music industry for a while, and one of the things that I discovered in that industry is how women can be passed around, and if you're not careful, you can get into relationships where it's very surface. There's nothing deep. It's very surface. So going through a breakup and being in the industry and watching how relationships unfold, uh, yeah, I learned self worth. Right. I also learned to not put up with things I don't really like deal breakers, not to put up with deal breakers, right? So if I come in right away and we have a conversation, and it could be a general conversation, and in my head, like I have my deal breakers, and you immediately tell me through a conversation that you have a deal, you're operating with a deal breaker. I am now in a place, guys, where I don't have to spend 3 months, 6 months, a year in a relationship trying to get somebody to see my point of view of something that I know is a deal breaker for me. Okay. For example, one of my deal breakers is lies. I don't like lies. So if I'm having a conversation with someone and they say to me, for example, well, I think lying is bad, but it depends on the situation. You might want to lie to save somebody's feelings. So right off the bat, that's a warning for me that I can't, we can be friends, but I can't be in a relationship with you because you're already telling me that lying is okay. I don't need the line. I prefer for you to be honest so we can find resolution and so we can move forward. But if you're lying, that means that you're withholding information, right? And then, hey, Miss T said she's ready for a relationship too. It was 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm ready. But and guys, like but I'm not. I'm ready. However, I feel like I'm okay with waiting for the right person or the right energy. I'm ready, but I'm not ready to jump in just to say that I'm in a relationship. Just to have the status of a relationship. Okay, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine a couple of days ago. And I was just rambling off my mouth about relationships, and and he paused and he asked me, he says, are you lonely? And I said, well, I'm gonna have to think about that, because I don't think I'm lonely in the sense of not having people around, because there's always people around, and I have you guys, I have the community, so there's always people around. So I won't say that I'm lonely, but sometimes I do feel alone because I don't have the companionship right now. I miss that companionship. I miss having my solace. I miss having to express and share my day with someone. Yep, exactly. Only said she's not rushing into the wrong situation. Yeah, I'm patient. I'm okay. Yep. I'm with you, right? So I explained to him that in the sense of, I don't feel lonely in the sense of, not having people around me, or my life is lonely. I just feel like sometimes I do miss having a companion. I do miss having that, that friend, that person that I can pick up and talk to my day about. I do miss that. However, it also put me in my head for like 2 days, really thinking about, okay, what does it mean like to be, because there's a difference between lonely and desperate. I'm lonely, but I'm not, sometimes I'm lonely, but I'm not desperate. And I recognize love all the way around the pool. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel that loneliness can help you to accept things that you may not necessarily accept because you want to, quote unquote, be in a relationship? I worked on making myself whole. So coconut and caviar boutique, who is Miss T, says she's worked on herself to become whole, and on her business, and on her self-worth. And I can tell you, Miss T, that's been my path for the past 3 years now, is really stepping into a place of self-worth, because coming from relationships that didn't validate that part of me, I'm really big on self-worth right now. So I can't be in a relationship with anybody where I'm not fully able to be myself. Clumsy self, stubborn self, vulnerable self. Like, I need to be able to be all facets of myself. Okay. Miss T said she seriously went into solitude to heal. Okay. She longed for companionship, but she enjoys her own company. I'm right there. Miss T, what's your moon sign? What's your moon sign? Okay. Okay. All right, we're just waiting for a few more people to jump on, guys. As soon as a few more people jump on, we will boost the con. Okay, Aquarius. Okay, so you have an inner knowing. Okay, I'm with Miss T on that. Like, yeah, yeah. And I don't know, guys, is if it's like, you get to a place, hermit mode. There's a lot of self revelation in hermit mode. There's a lot of self revelation in hermit mode. Okay, so hey Jay, yes, we are back. We're just waiting for everybody to stream on in. We are talking about relationship chronicles today, Jay. So the question, Jay, is um we're talking about the wounded mind, and we're talking about how you can bring past relationships into your new relationships. Okay, so do you take the time to heal before you jump into relationships, or do you just jump, you just meet somebody, you think sparks are flying, and just jump into a new relationship? So that's what we're talking about. Hey Sam. Oh, okay, so okay, maybe we might be on when Sam is finished with her class. Okay, so much. Okay, yeah, only put that in caps. So much self. And can, okay, so let me ask y'all a question. So this is for Miss Caviar. True, like anyone, the crew of you who've been doing the self healing and the self, the self work. Do you guys now feel like you've gotten to a place? Because I've been feeling this energy creeping in. Now, it felt really strong at the beginning of the year, and now the spring is coming back. It's starting to pick up again. But there is this feeling of, oh my God, I am so in love with myself. Oh my God, I love myself. Oh my God, I fucking rock. Oh my God, like I am the bomb. Like, so now I'm looking at things like, okay, it's no longer what I'm bringing to the table now. What are you bringing to the table? What do you bring? What you're bringing, does it match what I have? Like, can we work together? Like, that's how I'm looking at it now. It's not so much this is what I have to give. It's like, what are you bringing? Can we, are we on the same? But there's definitely a sense of feeling empowered about being comfortable with me, recognizing me, flaws and all. I come on here sometimes, and when I do playbacks, I'm like, oh Lord, I gotta do a shape up on my eyebrows at least. And a lot of times Kelly's like, why are you putting on makeup? You don't need to do that. But the makeup is for me, not for anybody else. However, being able to come on here makeup free and be myself is also me loving on me. Me loving on me. we, mm, Um, Jay said, been there, done that. I'm doing shadow work so it doesn't happen again. Oh, okay. So let's talk about that. Does everybody in here knows what shadow work is? Maybe even how do you start your shadow work? Um, Jay is saying hello, loyalty, goddess, and family. Does everybody in here? So if you don't know what shadow work is and you want us to talk about how that's helpful in your relationships, we can definitely do that. So if you guys don't know what shadow work is, you need to get up on your shadow work. Okay, um, that's important, especially where we are now, and being able to trust your intuition. Now, one of the things that I can say about healing and change, the first step is to recognize that there is healing and change needed. Okay. Hey, Jane, how are you? Mm. Okay, guys. Once we get to about 20 people, and we're averaging about 20 people, Trudy has made a donation, so we can answer two questions on the live tonight. So she asked me to choose two people. So because oh, Jane, what you heated about? Jane, this is, yeah, if you want to share, you can share. We are here to help each other. So if you want to share, you can. And this is the perfect time to share, Jane, because we're doing the mastery of love. So we can definitely help you work through some stuff in love. So, like I said, about an hour in, we're gonna choose two people to get questions answered via. Y'all need to give Trudy a shout out. Trudy made a donation for two for tonight, okay? Because you guys know it is $20 per question on the live. So Trudy made a donation, so two people can get questions answered tonight. Oh Jay, I did that. Jay, I did that too. And Jay, can I tell you what I've learned, Jay? And I've told this story several times, Jay, where I realized, could you hold on 1 second, guys? I gotta let my son in. He just rang the doorbell. 1 second, 1 second. I'm sorry. I know it's ghetto. 1 second. I'm live. Lock the door. Turn the lights in the kitchen so you guys can see where you're going, please. I am sorry. My apologies. He was out playing with his friends and I forgot and left the door uh, unlocked for him. Um, what was I saying? I was saying I had some of the daddy issues too, Jay, and I remembered this one particular incident at 12 years old that implanted a thought of, wow, if my own dad doesn't love me, like what man would? And at 12, that was the dialogue I started to replay in my head, which leads you into a dynamics of seeking out the love of men, which you really, now I know I don't have to, but it led me down that road of wrong relationships, looking for daddy's love from men, looking for my father's love for men. So let's just say that my relationship with my dad is healing, and it has healed, and I have accepted him for who he is. And I also understand that people do the best with what they have, you know, and I don't have to keep beating them up. Okay, let me see what Jane is saying now. Okay, Jane is saying, okay, sent me a message, and okay, I responded. Okay, And oh, 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 he got cursed out, huh, Jane? Okay, all right. So it's disrespectful for you to be sending him messages. And Jane, is like messages in response to the kids? So he don't want you to reach out to him? Oh, 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 okay. Okay. All right. So remember how we talked about this energy, Jane? We talked about pay attention to your triggers and to people like, yep. Uh-huh. Um Kimberly got it right. Mystical mind, Jane. Mystical mind is saying he's baiting you, right? Um Also, let me let you guys know, there is fuck fight energy out here now in relationships. So please know that. So you have some people, if they're not getting the response and they're not getting, let's say, if they're not getting the emotional response from the people that they would, you do have people that will come over and try to get it from you. So I don't know if y'all know about that fuck fight energy, okay? That just does not happen in the bedroom. You can actually have people, friends, um, with the fuck fight energy. They just, y'all argue to make up, break up to make up. So that's people that pose at you emotionally. So when people are trying to bait you into an argument, especially if you know them, and if you know, okay, so if you know someone is baiting you into an argument or somebody's just pushing your buttons and you know you're not going to win the argument, why are you giving it energy? If you know they full of shit, and you know it's fuckery, this is just not the time to entertain fuckery. Like seriously, right? So yeah, don't allow anyone to steal your joy. Okay. Oh, okay. Boom. Okay. Do y'all just see what Jay said? Jay said her dad passed in 2001 and she knew why she dated and married unavailable men. Oh my goodness. Jay Pounds. Oh my goodness. I Jay, can I tell you something? This is what I say all of the time. I had to marry my husband because my husband had to validate the dialogue I was having with myself. And the minute I started loving on myself and the minute I started practicing self-love, right, that relationship could no longer be maintained because he didn't change and I did. So we were no longer compatible. He could no longer what he was validating to me was no longer true. Okay? It was no longer true. So what he was validating to me was no longer true. So the relationship couldn't last. So know that. Know that relationships, and if and like real talk, some of you, I want you guys to be mindful of this. Okay, we are in brand new timelines. We are also in new frequency and new vibration. So some of you can have friendships and can have relationships that you've had for years, 20 plus, 10 plus. 5 plus years just being dissolved because of the energy. So we're no longer in a place where you know how they say opposites attract. No, that's not. Hey Thomas, how are you? How are you, Thomas? Thomas, we are doing questions for $20. Thomas, if you have a question, it's a $20 donation. Trudy has donated for 2 people tonight, so we are going to go ahead and choose later on, Thomas. Okay. Um, But to make sure your question get answered, Thomas, you can definitely make a donation. But we will be choosing 2 winners tonight for questions. Okay. So James said he took his. Oh wow! So I took his stuff to the trash. No more connections. Okay, so he can't circle back. Jane is like he can't circle back. Jane is saying he can't circle back. I think last week Mystical Mind was saying she was in Snapville. Okay. 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 So now, so Thomas, this is what I'm telling you. So I'm gonna tell you something, Thomas. Thomas said he's good. Thomas, this is why y'all want to know why I no longer do paid forwards Friday. It's because of my Capricorns in the background. So I got a couple of Capricorns in the background. You know how I told you guys Capricorns can always show you They can show you where the money is. They can show you where the wealth is. Capricorns can come in and they can help you establish things. I have a whole heap of Capricorns in the background. One of the reasons why I stopped doing paid forward Fridays. One was scheduling. It was becoming too hard on my schedule, but I was pushing myself through it. And two, I was paying it forward, but not enough people was paying it forward. And this is what I do for a living. And the Capricorns in the background felt like I was just giving way too much information and sharing too much, and not enough people were donating. So I had to stop doing it, pay it forward. Fridays, Thomas. Hopefully, I'll be able to circle that back, Thomas, because I used to do paid forward Fridays when I would just answer everybody's question based on donations. But I got to be honest with you, this is how I maintain and take care of my family. So with that being said, Thomas, paid forward Fridays no longer exists. Maybe I might bring it back in the future. So this is just another way of me being able to give. We're just chatting it up, Thomas. So you may be able to get your question answered. But I also posted all of the bi-weeklies. So if you guys have questions, check out your bi-weeklies. All of the signs are now officially up, okay? And if it resonates with you, then you have some takeaways, because I'm really good at giving you takeaways. And if it does not resonate with you, I have monthly specials going on where you can get a intuitive reading / coaching session with me, okay? Jay said I put blockheads on the block list. I like that term, blockheads. Okay, so all right, guys. So back to what we were talking about. Okay. So wait, he didn't come in yet. Jasmine, YouTube is not giving me my notifications. Jasmine, you're fine. Let me repeat the question, Jasmine. So Jasmine, tonight's question is simple. The question is, do you take the time that's needed to heal before you jump into another relationship? Okay, do you take the time to love on yourself? Do you take the time to do all the healing that's necessary? Or do you go into a new relationship with the same old wounds that you're just repeating, over and over again? Hey, Carla, how are you? Carla, hopefully you grabbed the question. Okay, hopefully you grabbed the question. So that's what we're talking about. Now we're also, guys, listen, this can not only be in your love relationships, this can also be in your relationships. This can also be in your relationships of how you issue money, of how you issue your love towards others. Okay, so this can be friendships, and I don't know why issue money is coming up. I kind of feel like somebody may be in here that's having financial issues in their relationship and is causing a hiccup. Um, okay. James said, so I just moved into this condo and it was just special to move in. So a month is supposed to be free and clear. Okay. Huh? Okay. So Jane, so it's retrograde. Okay. See that working out for you. It's retrograde. Remember that. And that's what I was telling Kimberly from the 13-week crew. Like, when you're going through retrograde, your paperwork and shit may be fucked up. So perfect example, I went in to check my YouTube stats, okay? And when I went in to check the stats, it's totally different. December, January, and February are matching, and they shouldn't match. They were completely different. So just know, Jane, that we are in retrograde, which rules communication, not just with people, but also communication with technology and all of that stuff. So I wouldn't stress, Jay. I would just have them double check, because we're in retrograde. All right, and see it the way you want it to unfold. Okay. Oh my, okay, so now Jay is talking about, Jay, do you know that Kelly and I were just talking about that today? We were just talking about gaslighting today. Jay is saying gaslighting me because, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So Jay is saying she's been getting sis family gaslighting because she's into astrology and crystals. Told them I don't care what they think. I'm on that too, Jay. Hey Sam, how are you? How are you? Um, with that Pisces husband of mine, he just called me. Oh, after 47 months. Cause yeah, Carla, we talked about that in some of these readings. We talked about people will be circling back. We also talked about, retrograde energy. Also have people and give people time to reflect. Okay. All right. So we got off topic. Let's get back on the book. Thank you, Trudy. So we are talking from the mastery of love today, and we're talking about the wounded mind and how you can not take the time to heal before you jump into relationships. Now, let's talk about how that can play out, and let's talk about how that can play out, right? And how you can fully heal, right? As you're transitioning some of this stuff. A lot of times you get caught up into lower vibrational relationships because you are going through something traumatic. You could have lost someone, you could have lost a job, you could have just be coming out of a toxic relationship where you weren't feeling loved or you weren't feeling worthy. So the first person that comes in and showers you, aka, love bomb you, that's a new thing. And they come in with all of this love bombing, right? Or you meet someone and you just tell someone immediately everything that you want, and then they make a list, and then they're now trying to feed you everything you say you want, all while they're gaslighting you or love bombing you. Okay. You need to get to a place within yourself where you can recognize what you need healing from, or maybe that you need to pause before you jump into another situation. Okay. um uh so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the love bombing. Let's talk about, does everybody know what love bombing means, and how sometimes, especially women, or maybe even, let me not even go into women, let's, because women can love bomb a man also. Okay, so Jane is saying she does not know what love bomb means. Okay, so only Oni said yes. Okay, so because we do have one person that doesn't know what love bomb means, let's talk about love bomb. Okay, all right, so love bomb is this. When you guys meet a man, oh my gosh, and can I tell you, they be trying it on these dating sites. Oh, they would love bomb your ass on these dating sites. Love bomb is when you have someone come in. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, oh, you're the most special thing I met in this world. Oh my God, I don't know what I wouldn't do if you didn't come into my life. Oh my God, you came in and you saved me. Oh my God, oh, you the love of my life. So all of this love, just love, 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 love. Okay. It's all about giving you or filling you up with all of this love, like making deposits, right? And the minute you were not able to give them what they need or what they want, they start to fucking make huge chunks of withdrawals. Okay. All of that is just to shower you so they can get what they want, right? Now, this is why it's important for you to sometimes listen. Okay, sorry. This is why it's important for you guys to listen. Okay, for you to listen when you meet someone versus telling someone immediately everything that you want. Okay. Yep, babe, you're so amazing, you're so beautiful, I love your thickness, can't nobody do it like you, yeah, whatever it is that they need to make you feel like you are the most special and unique person, and ain't nobody else in this world here, except for you, right? That's what they do. Now, in the meantime, they don't got a pot to piss in, right? Ain't got no jobs, right? Need your car to get around and do everything that they got to do, right? They need you to make sure that their bed is made and their belly is full, okay? And the even, I'm not going to say the times, the one time that you are not able to meet their needs, right? It's gonna be crazy, right? They taking all their love back. Love don't exist no more. Okay, so that's what love bomb is. Someone just showering you with a whole bunch of love, a whole bunch of love. But there's a hidden agenda there. And the minute that you are no longer to meet their needs, yeah, they want all their love back. They want all their love back. Sam is saying, I'm fairly certain that the last man who said he couldn't live without me was actually up. Hello, that's a good one too, Sam. I can't live without you. That's a very good one too. I can't live without you. Okay. So let me just get into a few things that the book talked about. Okay. Let me get into a few things that the book talked about because I highlighted some things that I really wanted to touch on. Okay. Um, the book touched on the thought that you create your own reality. You create your own reality in relationships. One of the things that it talks about is you are the master of your pain, right? He speaks in reference to being able to like master your anger and master your jealousy, right? And how do you master anger and master jealousy? You master that by not dealing with it, right? So you master being. How do you master being angry or being jealous, right? You become masters of being anger, being full with anger or being full with jealousy based on not doing anything to bring yourself into balance. Okay. So let me give you an example, because what we have to understand is the makeup of who we are as adults didn't start as an adult. Your makeup and what you view and how you view the world comes from your perception in which you looked at as you grew up as a child, right? Or what you may consider to be family generational curses, or right. This is what I saw my mother and my father do in relationships, and my aunties and my uncles. So this is how marriages should go. Okay, I was treated this way as a kid, so now my mental makeup of relationships is this way, right? So understand that the way that, okay, so what is Jane saying? Somebody's saying, oh my God, Jane, let me see. My family have been doing, okay, let me see. My family's been doing me in for 10 years, and I don't go to family events or anything of it. Can I tell you, Jane? Jane, let me explain something to you. The stuff that I'm going on in real time with my family and spiritual warfare, and all of that stuff doesn't, it hits home from family, because you don't really give a fuck with people that you don't love, think. But when it comes to family, they know exactly how to push your buttons. Okay. Oh, it wasn't that. What did she say? Oh, I just caught it. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, she, the last man that told me that. Oh, he overdosed. Ooh, wow. Mm, 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 mm. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Mm, 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 mm. Wow. Brittany, we're talking about love bombing. We're studying from the mastery of love today. And we're talking about being able to recognize when you need to take a time out before jumping into new relationships. So basically, have you ever noticed that you're dating your new boo, but you're having flashbacks of your old boo, experiences of your old boo? Okay. I'm so sorry to hear that. Jane, was he love bombing you, Jane, or was that genuine? Do you feel like that was a genuine connection? Or was he love bombing you? So, Brittany, do you know what love bombing is? Because we just gave the definition of love bombing. And we also was talking about, Brittany, being able to recognize where you are in relationships, because where you are in a relationship can cause you to jump in a relationship that doesn't match where you are. Okay, he loved me, but he wasn't up. Okay, wasn't up to the part. Okay. Okay, he did me in, and I left him alone. Okay, look at that. See, a lot of people are struggling with some heavy demons right now, guys. Jay is saying men make the mistake of saying there's not a lot of women. I can't get back to. Okay. I told him to let me show you a player blocked you and fired your ass expired. Oh my goodness, Jay. You know what I know? What I do now, Jay? And Kelly laughs at me. The youngins be like, I left them on red, which means they read the message, but they didn't respond. I don't even leave you on red. You undelivered. I'm not even reading your message. So it got delivered, but I'm not reading it. So you undelivered. Okay. Jay says she just straight up block them. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Brittany wanted to know what was love bombing. So Brittany is along the consensus of, oh, I can't live without you. You are the best thing that happened to me. Your love is so pure. You are the, you're an angel sent from heaven. God placed you here just for me. That type of stuff. And the minute, Brittany, that you do not do what they need, or their needs are not being met, Brittany, yeah, that all that love shit that they was promising you don't mean shit. It's out the window, Brittany. That's what love bombing is, okay? And you guys know what gaslighting is too, so you need to pay attention for the gaslighting also. I really, okay, so let me talk about this because I want to make sure that I get this out tonight, okay? I want to make sure that I get this out tonight. So your makeup on your psyche, right? As young adults coming into maturity, we are taught that pain is normal. If someone hurts your feeling, they're just what, insecure. But you have to learn to live through the pain, right? So everyone is walking around wounded. No one really wants to be too vulnerable, because when you find yourself being too vulnerable, someone can take advantage of that, right? Now, in the book, he talks about how you create your wombs. He also goes in and explains that these wombs are created from the age of child, when you're children. So, for example, you learn as a child when you get angry. This is how I deal with anger. When I'm mad, I respond this way, XYZ. When I'm jealous, this is how I respond to it. And as you begin to grow, you practice the response to anger. You practice your response to jealousy. So say, for example, if you're in a household, right, and the response to anger is to yell and to scream, okay, and this is what you've seen as you were a child, right? This is how the communication is between your family members, your mother and your father, right? Now, in your mind and in your psyche, what you are doing at that point is creating, oh, okay, so this is how people communicate in a relationship that love each other. There has to be yelling and screaming. There has to be some type of, maybe, some people, there has to be some type of calling you a bitch, like there has to be whatever the dynamics are, okay? So you're taking that, and you have an option as you grow and as you get to certain levels as to if this is going to become my makeup of what healthy relationships are, or if I'm going to have to change it. Now, a lot of people don't know, right, your triggers. So if you don't know your triggers, you're constantly emotionally triggered based on your upbringing, or based on your makeup, or your belief system, or your paradigms from a child that you may need to adjust now that you are older. Let me tell y'all something. Not everything my mother taught me as a child I can use as an adult, because it doesn't work for me at 43. Okay, so certain things I learned as a child may have worked 20 years ago, but it doesn't work now, 40 years later. It doesn't. The Kamoy that I was at 23 and how I would have responded to something at 23 is not the Kamoy that and how I would respond to it at 43. Okay, there should be growth. So what I say is, I had to go back and tweak some of the things that I was taught as a child, indirectly as well as directly, because a lot of times your parents don't teach you things directly. You learn based on what you see them do, based on their responses, okay? You learn to deal with things based on how you see things being done in your environment. That's your first place of learning how to deal with stress, how to deal with anger, how to deal with love, how to deal with jealousy. So if there's any healing that needs to take place, especially when it comes to your relationships and your intimate relationships, you want to go back to source. If you're having issues with a man and you have some, that there's some blockage there that you may need to heal, you may want to look at your relationship with your dad. Okay, if you're having some issues when it comes to the female aspect, you may want to look at your relationship with your mother. There is always going to be a trail that you can go back to, right, in your childhood, to see exactly where trauma may have occurred, where disappointment may have occurred, where maybe some negative thinking may have been implanted, maybe where the dynamics of the family situation may give you a structure that you've been living on for the past 20 years that don't work for you, right? So I want you guys to know that's the first place that you will have to go looking for. Okay, so let me check what's going on in the chat. Okay. Okay, normally someone who turns out to be a narcissist will treat you like a queen. Okay. So true. So if you can, you guys just list a few traits of being in a narcissist relationship. What do you guys? What have you noticed about being in a relationship with a narcissist? Let's list that first, and then the next question after that is, what is it within yourself that you may have feel attracted that energy to you? Because it's important to look at that. Okay. So if you can list maybe some of the qualities that you feel the narcissist resembles, so everyone can get a greater understanding of when they meet someone like this, you need to be mindful, right? And then we're going to talk about maybe some of the insecurities or some of the dialogue that you may have needed to change within yourself. Okay. Hey, Kalia, how are you, my love? Welcome. Okay, so while you guys are answering that question, I'm just gonna scroll down. Okay, Brittany said, "Ooh, I had a long distance relationship like that. He straight up told me that he would off himself, and I was like, nah, you need therapy. I'm not gonna going deep with you, Brittany. Pounds, okay? That right there is that part of the narcissist makeup, Trudy." The narcissists threaten themselves like, like they gonna kill themselves and shit because you don't want to stay. Okay. I now check where Neptune is in my chart when I meet people. Oh wow. Okay. Really? Okay. Now, why Neptune, Jay? Why Neptune? I would have thought you would now check where your Venus is, but why Neptune? I mean, which is not bad because Neptune ruled Pisces, and Pisces is all about understanding the levels to this shit. So that's not a bad placement to have at all. Okay, not a bad places. Okay, all right. So only said most narcissists are arrogant. Okay, Miss J, I want to know why you check. Jay, I want to know why you check Neptune. Um. Oh, okay. Jean said I shut down and won't talk for days. Okay. Jean, let me ask you a question. Sorry, Jean, not Jean. Jane. Jane, let me ask you a question, Jane. Is that your means of communication? Is that how you deal with things? Like you shut down and you need to process it? Or is this just when you block people? You shut down and then you may unblock them. So, what's your normal way of communicating, Jane? Because that's important. How you communicate in a relationship is humongous because most people don't fight fairly, and you fight sometimes based on your wounds. So that's important. Okay. Miss T said my last fiance came back with the love bomb approach. I clearly reminded him that we both lived 6 months without each other, and as he let me suffer, oh wow, my dad's death alone. Okay, bags packed and left you by. Miss, you're not having it. It's just not the season for that. Okay. Oh, got it. Illusions and illusions. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Yep. And Jay. Okay, that's not Jay. I like that. I'm gonna look into that because Neptune is a very high octave planet. Okay, Neptune is a very very high octave planet. I believe Neptune and Uranus that are the two top high active planets. So Neptune is actually the mystical end or the realm of the magician. So I can see the illusion, Jay. The realm of the magicians. Okay, so I can definitely see that. Okay. Sam is saying inability to see options or points of view. Okay. Big pride. Do they have a big sense of my way or no way, guys? The narcissist is my way or no way. Nothing was said. Not okay. Oh, it was all about them. Okay. Oh my goodness. Can I ask you guys a question? Um, Okay, and oh my gosh, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I just realized that I've had a narcissist friend. I mean, we're no longer close friends, but I've never, it just dawned on me. because I had this one girlfriend, and whenever you get on the phone with her, you have to be prepared that the conversations are only going to be about her. And it got so bad that you could be talking and telling her to hold on, and she would not hear you for like a minute. You would have to press the buttons, like the tone, and it would still take her 30 seconds to realize that you were pressing the tone button. But the conversation always dwelled on her, what was going on, and you could never get a word in. Okay, is that okay? Only say yes, very self-centered. She couldn't hear nothing else. Nothing, y'all. Oh my goodness, Sam says her mother is a narcissist. But that comes from very just so y'all know that comes from insecurities. Okay, that comes from insecurities. Okay, Clea said, um noise or reflection of your shadow side. Okay, listen, Kalia's dropping some knowledge. Ow. Okay. Indeed, the lesson is to purge yourself of self-sabotage and lack of confidence in yourself. Narcissists act like assholes to cover how inadequate they feel. Boom. Did I just say it was about insecurities? Okay. Now, um, because we are on the wounds and how you can jump into a relationship with a narcissist because they're love bombing you, and how you can get into relationships based on your own triggers. So a lot of people, sometimes you get into relationships because you may not be in such a great emotional place in your life. So someone is coming in and they're giving you what you may feel is love and support. You may want to jump on that and embrace that, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all something. You can't get to the other side without healing your own shit. Okay? Without healing your own shit. In Neptune, you think they're great. When the fog clears, you're like, what the fuck did I do? Laugh out loud. Okay. Jay said, y'all need to check y'all personal charts to see where Neptune is lining up. Jay is dropping that information. Narcissists absolutely have to have their way. They know it's all day, every day. Okay, thank you. See? Okay. Jasmine said, this confirms the guy I was going to go out with a week ago was in fact a narcissist. And I'm really happy I stood him up listening to my intuition. Go off your intuition, y'all. I'm telling you guys. Oh, okay. So Kelly Kels is not here, but I know she gave you permission to share this story. Okay? I know she gave you permission to share the story. And maybe this could be considered in the narcissist bracket. So there is this particular gentleman in the neighborhood, and this particular gentleman in the neighborhood, if you are paying attention to what's going on, you can tell that he has several women that he dates. He got a rotation. Okay. And he got a rotation from one that lives in the building with him. So Kelly said yesterday, or it could have been today, he pulled up. He asked her to come over. And he started out the conversation by saying, no offense, and she said she shut him down right away and said, offense already taken. And he wanted to tell her, no, she said offense taken, and she went in to tell him why. She said, every time I speak to you, I feel your lust all over me, and it's degrading. I do not like it, and I feel it. I didn't say anything. He literally told Kelly, I be trying to hold myself back when I'm around you. And she said to him, well, I'm an empath, and I feel it all, and it's degrading, and you need to stop it, okay? Do you know, listen to what this man said after she had this conversation and said, this man actually said to her, oh, well, I guess, no, I would like to spend one night with you. After she told him, I feel your lust, it's degrading, he still says, well, I thought I was hiding it because all I want to do is to spend one night with you. And she said, not gonna happen. And literally he had to say to her, I guess that's a no. Like, what's wrong with these men? What's wrong with these men? You can literally feel it coming off of them. So let me just say this to say, now this is where the gaslighting and the love bombing comes in, right? Because this is a gentleman, and if you don't know yourself, this is a gentleman that have said he not available past a certain time at night. This is a gentleman that when asked for a ride to the airport, he didn't circle back, right? So you want to come and ask for you want to come and you want to ask for some peach and some tacos, right? And some mukatush and some, all the phrases that we use here. You want to come and ask for some ass, right? Right? Now you want to come and ask for some ass. But when I need your ass, you ain't there. but I should be available to give you some ass when you come seeking it, right? Yeah. Big turn off. Big turn off. Do not come over here. Hey, Nefertiti. Nefertiti, let me write it down. I am going to send you the name of the organization that you emailed me about. I just want to let you know. Personally, I had to disengage myself because it did not feel free. Okay, like it was too spiritually bound in. But I am going to email you the name of it because I promise. I just need to write it down so I can remember. I'm going to email you the name of it. Um, Beautiful organization for me to stand on, but I outgrew them. It no longer felt it free. Email Nefertiti name. Okay, name. Okay, so I don't forget because I've been forgetting to respond to that. Okay, so I wrote it down, Nefertiti. Nefertiti. So we are talking today about, we were studying from relationship Chronicles. We're talking about the mastery of love today. Um, I thought it was you. Nefertiti, I thought it was you that emailed me about the when I talked about the organization that I went back to learn my spiritual um when I went back to learn the Bible base of prophecy, the spirit of prophecy, the gift of prophecy, and we were having a conversation. I don't know why I thought it was you that emailed me. Okay. Well, whoever emailed me, I wrote a note. I'm gonna go back. It wasn't you? Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Well, somebody emailed me. All right. I still have it in a note. So there is a Nefertiti 74. Maybe that's the one that okay. My apologize. My apologies. My apologies. Okay. So Nefertiti, tonight we're talking about love bombing. We're talking about um gaslighting, and the topic of discussion tonight is about when you go into a new relationship, do you find that you're taking old shit with you, right? So do you take the time that you need to pause before going into a relationship? And if not, have you recognized that you take old issues or old situations from past relationships into your new relationship, okay? And we're talking about some of the ways that you can heal. Just to recap, I spoke about looking into your past and looking into your childhood because that can be a great indication of where you are emotionally within the dynamics of how you think relationships should unfold, okay? Because your parents are going to be the first teachers of how to interact with the opposite sex, okay? And that is where you get your foundation from. Now, I also said, right, it's important to know that sometimes what worked for you at 23 does not work at 43, and what worked at 25 may not work at 30. You are constantly evolving, okay? And I think it was, let me see, Jay was speaking about working with her shadow self, and I want to get into that too because somebody else was speaking about that. Kalia was talking about the shadow self also. So let's talk about that for 1 second in aspects of how that can play out in your love, in your love walk or in your mastery of love walk, okay? Um does everybody on here know you watch the replay? Okay, does everybody on here know your shadow self? Does anybody have a kind of perception of what your shadow self or your shadow side represents? Let me just recap, how you can equate your shadow side or your shadow self, right? Your shadow side or your shadow self is usually where you lock away your trauma and your pain, your insecurities, okay? The hurt, the anger, that is the place where you would tuck away fear or anything traumatic, okay? However, your shadow self is also filled with a lot of lessons out of darkness. So you consider your shadow self to be the dark part of you. Out of darkness comes the light, okay? So you can't really get the light that you need in certain circumstances and situation unless you go to that shadow self, okay? That shadow part of yourself to gain the enlightenment that you need to move forward, okay? Okay, so Jay says anger, pain, heartbreak you haven't dealt with. Yes, exactly. Okay. So when we talk about your shadow side or your shadow self, okay, we are talking about the part of you that has, that has anger, that has pain, that has disappointment. And this is also that can have trauma. So we're talking about sexual trauma, abusive trauma, okay? That is where you tuck all of that hurtful stuff away and you lock it up, okay? Now, why is it important for you to tap in and for you to heal and for you to communicate with that part of yourself? Because that part of yourself is a part of you, right? So you can consider it, you know how you have your yin and the yang, and there's a balance. That part of yourself is a part of you. Your pain, your heartbreak, you can't, you can't disassociate yourself from that. Those are aspects that you're supposed to be able to learn from. So your pain, just like, okay, so for the females that are on here that have children, the way I can interpret this spiritually, and for those of you that are not, it's like a woman getting ready for childbirth. When you get ready for childbirth, the pain or the contractions signify you getting ready to bring life into existence, okay? So if you start to look at heartbreak and trauma from a different aspect of they can literally bring life to you, you don't get stuck in all of that heavy, dense energy. So you have to do the shadow work. This is why I talk about being able to learn your triggers, okay? Shadow work is paying attention to what your triggers are. Shadow work is being able to no longer allow yourself to be emotionally manipulated because you know who you are. You know your triggers, okay? So I want to be 110% honest with you guys. In shadow work, it is not all roses. Okay, there are going to be times when you might find yourself crying profusely. There are going to be times that you may feel like you're walking through dark night of the soul. Okay, so be mindful. There are going to be, you're going to have to walk through it to get to the other side. Okay, so if you can think about shadow work as if you have a womb, right? And you have not taken the time to squeeze the infection out. It's like having a womb and it's full of pussy infection, right? And you just put a band-aid over that, right? You put a little ointment and you pull a band-aid over it, but you have not taken the time to squeeze out the infection, okay? So when you go into the shadow side, that's like squeezing out the infection and all of that pussy, gooey nastiness comes out so you can clearly clean the womb and apply what you need, the love, the time, the patience to heal, right? If you are entering relationships and you are not aware of your triggers, you're not aware of your shadow side, you're not aware of your love language, you're not aware of what your needs are emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, you want to go into relationships trying to get someone to give you something that only you can give to yourself, right? And two, you then start and then this is another thing. Yeah, you have to now, Kalia and Jay. This is what I've noticed too in my walk. If you do not tap in and heal with your shadow side, you can definitely attract relationship from that shadow side and not even know, because that shadow side is trying to bring wholeness and healing. So a lot of time you keep recreating these turmoil relationships because there's healing that needs to come forth, but you're not getting it. Okay. Now let me just read what's going on in the chat. Okay. Okay. All right. So Jane, okay. Now, so so I'm gonna have to, because that's such like, I feel like Jane, I feel like I can take that and I can go so deep with it, because Jane was saying sometimes she cheats or she treats them badly so they can leave, right? So let me go up. Okay, so okay, I found out, okay, let me go. I found out my dad was my dad when I was 30. Oh my goodness. And he accepted me, but he will be there and then disappear when he have issues in his life. Won't answer my calls or won't contact me for months, okay? Years. And then when he feels like it, he will contact me again, and that's messed up. When I'm with a man and tells me he loves me, I pull away, okay? Okay. And sometimes I cheat, okay? Now, Jane, I close my feelings up and I don't feel anything. Jane, can I tell you something? You need to go back and check out your childhood, your relationship with your dad. You need to unpack that. There's healing that needs to be done there, right? There's healing, yeah. Yep, Jay just said it. That's self-tap. Oh, parents, And that's why we can speak on that, Jay and Kalia. I've been there. We've done, like a lot of us have done. So when you start going through, hence this is exactly why I'm single, because I've been doing the shadow work. And once I started doing the shadow work, I couldn't share my body or entertain fuckery anymore. Like, you get to a place where you start to really acknowledge your truth and who you are, and you don't want anything but the best for yourself. Now, what I will say, Jane, is you deserve love wholeheartedly, 110%. Okay, you deserve love, so you need to start really looking at Jane, why are you self-sabotaging that love, right? And I'm telling you, it has something to do with your childhood and your relationship with your dad. Okay. My shadow self would talk shit like, bitch, you gonna do something. I'm like, shadow, we are shining light. I love you. Sorry I took so long. Hello. Can I tell y'all something? This is so, Jay, I know you be doing this work, because that's, sometimes that happens to me too, Jay, because I'll say something to my shadow self, and I'll be on the phone with Kelly, and I'll start laughing. She'd be like, what happened? I'm like, myself just tell me, bitch, you know you're not going to do that shit. Like, it'd be like, okay, your ass needs to stop right now, because you're not fitting to do that. You know you're not going to do that. So your shadow self will speak to you, okay? It will speak to you in all areas. Can I tell you something? Your shadow self will fucking tell you what you need to do. Like, real talk. Your shadow self will tell you how to rectify a situation. It will tell you where it's hurting. It will tell you what it needs, okay? Please recognize that, okay? Thank you, Trudy. Okay, guys, I'm on here until about 8:30, and then that's it. I think that's good. We had a good time. Let me and Trudy's doing the timestamp. Okay, so let me just say this: Trudy made a donation today. We have two people that can get questions answered based on Trudy's donation. So the first person that I'm going to pick is Jane. Okay, Jane. So if you have a question, Jane, you can type it in the description box, and you get a free reading tonight. So you need to thank Trudy for that. Okay. So Jane, if you have a question, type your question. If Jane does not want to participate, I'm going to go to the next person. But Jane, you're the first one up. If you have a question pertaining to and you need answers, just thank Trudy and ask your questions, and we'll get into it. Okay. Okay. So while Jane is typing her question, Kalia said, which I believe, you must master your shadow side, embrace her. In this case, mastery of your shadow side can be fearlessly. Man, Kalia, pounds. Can I tell you that's the truth? Oh my gosh, yes. You all gotta, let me tell y'all something, okay? I embrace the fact that I can be snappy, I can be blunt, I can be bitchy. That's not the vibration that I rock with on a daily basis. But I also embrace my shadow side, because if you poke a bear too much, you're gonna get your fucking eyes scratched out. So I also understand that my shadow side is there to protect me and to give me light, to give me information, to help me to understand the true depths of myself. Okay, so please understand, there's many facets of me, and I'm not denying any facet of myself anymore. Nope. It is within my imperfections that I am perfect. That's what I've come to realize. It is within my imperfections that I am perfect. Okay? Okay, so Jane said, will I find true love? It is the Cancer, the Virgos, or the Aquarius, Jay, or the Leo. I don't know where to go. I don't want to go with the wrong person. Okay. So, Jane, let me just say this to you right now. Okay. I'm being real honest with you. I feel like the work that you need to do is self-love. Okay. I feel like you will get true love. And I actually feel like somebody is going to come in to help support this. But you have to believe that that's going to happen. All right. So we're going to take a look and see exactly what you need to hold on to, what you need to let go of, and the possible outcome. Right. Self-love is going to be mandatory for you. I'm just going to let you know right now, Jay. Okay, so self-love is going to be mandatory for you. So we're thanking our angels, we're thanking our guides, we're thanking our ancestors, we're thanking our higher self, the divine masculine and feminine energy. We are thanking all the energy in the atmosphere that is here to help guide, protect, support, encourage, motivate, and give us the strength to let go. Okay. All right, so let's see. What does Jane need to let go of in relationships? What does Jane need to know about letting go of? What does she need to know about letting go in relationships? What does she need to know? What does Jane need to know? Give me, okay. Okay. All right. Romantic feelings popped out. What does she need to hold on to? 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 Worth waiting for. Okay, possible outcome, possible outcome. If I'm gonna be real with you, Jane, I don't feel none of the prospects. I don't feel none of the prospects that you called out. I don't. I feel like it's gonna be somebody totally new. Or it could be somebody that you've known from a past life or a past relationship. But you're not with this person. You're not entertaining this person right now. Okay, you're not see. Possible outcome is soulmate, right? So what you need to let go of is whoever you're entertaining romantic feelings with, that they're not the one. So just know that you having fun. Just know that you having fun, okay? This is what you need to let go of, okay? What you need to hold on to is that what you really desire to experience in love and true love, it is worth waiting for. Okay, it is worth waiting for. Okay, and as you wait for it and you do the self-healing that's needed, you will get that soulmate relationship that you are you know, looking for. Now, let me explain something to you guys with soulmate, because I feel like soulmate energy is also energy of people that comes into your experience to help you to learn and grow about self. Okay. I'm very skeptical when I say soulmate energy. I love to say you will find your mirror. You will find your mirror energy. You will find that person that complements you. Okay. That's how I view soulmate. I don't really like to do the soulmate twin flames. I like to consider it your mirror. Okay. So what you need to let go of, once again, Jane, is whoever it is that you have romantic feelings for. They're saying nope. You need to, your relationship is worth waiting for, and you will get that. You will get that. Okay. You will get that. But I don't feel like that person is in your vicinity now. All right. Clarify the obstacles that Jane needs to be aware of. Clarify the obstacles that Jane needs to be aware of. Clarify the obstacles that Jane needs to be aware of. Okay. The Six of Coins, Jane, that means you giving more than you get. This is selfish relationships, okay? This is somebody that's one-sided, giving more than they, taking more than they give, okay? So, yeah, you need to let that go, all right? The King of Swords energy, okay? You need to let go anybody that's coming in with manipulative energy or maybe even abusive energy, okay? Pay attention to that abusive energy, Jane. And abusive energy, let's just say anything that falls along the lines of telling you what you're not good at and putting you down constantly. Okay, anybody that's mentally and spiritually pulling you or weighing on you in a negative way. Okay, you need to be mindful. Anyone that's coming in taking from you more financially than they give, you need to be aware of that. Okay. You do have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands energy also clarifying this, okay? The Nine of Cups energy is saying your wish fulfilled, right? Your happiness is worth waiting for, all right? Your soulmate is clarified by the Nine of Wands energy, and with the Nine of Wands energy, this is all about you being able to be to have courage and to have faith. Okay, the number nines represent completion. Okay, now what I do have to say, Jane, is because the dominant color on the board is these orange cards, which represents your sacral chakra, which is about emotions, relationship, and the change that needs to happen. So overall, what needs to happen here is you need to gain control of your emotions, right, within the relationships that you're interacting with, so the change can come about. All right. And that's your reading. So love is happening, but you are going to have to release. Yeah, whoever's in the picture now, they not the one, Jane. Okay. They're not the one. Okay. So now, if you guys want a question answer, just type it below, and then I will choose someone. Okay. Trudy has donated tonight where I can answer one more question. You are more than welcome, my love. Major shout out to Trudy. Trudy made a donation today. And her donation has supported two people to get a reading on the live. Okay. So let's see. Give me a second. I'm refreshing my page here, guys. Um, Refreshing the page here. Okay. Here we go. Okay. It's moving very slowly, guys. Just give me a second. And let's see. So tonight's takeaway, guys, right? Tonight's takeaway, as I am rebooting my screen, the takeaway tonight is simple. Your relationships, guys, are linked to your childhood, okay? Your relationships are linked to your childhood. You guys need to be mindful that the first relationship you had was with your mother or your father, which means that if you are finding it difficult to, if you're finding it difficult in relationships, sorry guys, you definitely need to take a look at your relationships that you've had with your parents, because that can tell you a lot about, oops, sorry, come that can tell you a lot about where you are emotionally, where you may need help and healing, okay? This thing is just going really, really slowly, guys. Give me a second. I'm trying to get back over to my comment page. I am trying to get over to my comment page. Okay. All right. Okay, my lovelies. Okay. Here we go. Boom. Okay. All right. Let me see. What do we have here? Questions. Um, okay. I am going to grab Kalia. Um, I'm going to grab Kalia. I'm going to answer Kalia's question. Um, Kalia's question is, after my second divorce 6 months ago, will I continue to ascend in my spiritual and discover my true mirror man? And the answer to that is yes, Kalia. Um, the answer to that question is yes. Oh, because you have spiritual questions, we're going to go with the Ancient Ancestors deck and see exactly what messages are coming through for you. I feel like there's another deck. I feel like there's another deck too. Yeah, Kalia, that's a great question. You're welcome. Okay. So we're going to do Kalia. We're going to take a look at what she needs to pay attention to, what she needs to hold on to, what she needs to let go of, and the possible outcome. We're going to look at the messages and clarify and see exactly what your obstacles are. So what does Kalia need to hold on to? Give her the message. Make it clear. Make it plain. Oh, they got a lot of messages for you, honey. Okay, I'm going to read them all because they all jumped out. I was trying to get 3 cards, but they all jumped out. So we're going to take it to the first one. What you need to hold on to, right, is the magic guardian is popping up. And this message is simply saying, unlock the magic within you. So like I said, I do feel you going deeper. I also seen you studying the if you're into the astro, but you will be studying astro. And if you I don't know if you astro travel or you lucid dreams, but I feel like you're going to be finding yourself drawn to the dream world. You will be finding yourself drawn to the unseen realm a lot more. You need to start documenting also what you're picking up on. uh, okay. All right, Clea. I also feel like you need to tap into past life regressions. Okay, I feel like you need to tap into past life regressions. Um, there's something there. All right. There's something about a halo. Um, you're powerful. Tap into past life regressions. It's like something is coming through where um, you may have been the matriarch of a village, like like I don't know what they call those type of women, but you were the village, like the person everyone would go to. You did everything, the birthing, the medicine, like you were that person in the village. So tap into your past lives, because I kind of feel like some of that information is going to be trickling into this timeline for you. You're going to find that you're unlocking a lot of magic. And I don't know why they're telling me to tell you something about Reiki, or you need to study energy. There's something about astro, the astro realm. You need to study energy. You need to study how energy channels, or chakras, energy chakras is what they're saying. Okay. And you also need to get or maybe even learn to do past life regressions yourself. I kind of feel like you're going to wind up doing a lot of past life regressions for people, but there's something in there with past life regressions. Okay. So what you need to hold on to is tapping into your magic. What you need to let go of, right, is any negative energy that's surrounding you. Okay. um see, see, I didn't even, okay, pounds, that's coming through. Yeah, Kalia is saying exactly what I told her. She's already, she does past life regressions, okay, and she has remembered two past life, and she was told that she was a, oh fuck, she was told that she was a high priestess of the village, and yes, energy chakras too. Okay, all right, so thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Kalia. Thank you. Okay. So you're gonna find you're gonna find like just so you know, Kalia, you tapping into all of that ancient stuff, okay? And what they're saying, Kalia, is don't try to fucking figure everything out in this third dimensional realm, because a lot of this shit is waking up your archaic memory. So you make, okay, and I think I said this in my 13-week crew, or I don't know where I said this. You're not gonna be able to find some of this shit in books, Kalia. Okay, you're not gonna be able to find some of this shit in books. A lot of this shit that's coming through, you're gonna find in your archaic memory. So you may not be able. It's going to be an internal knowing. Hey, seeking through. Hey, middle C, how are you? You can do the playback, middle true. You'll do the playback. So Kalia, remember that, okay? How it's going to happen, Kalia, you need to keep, okay, so now, Kalia, this is what I want you to grab a hold of, because this is going to be important, okay? And this is going to be up for playback, Kalia, if you don't get everything that I'm saying, okay? How you are going to gain a lot of your confirmation is by you feeling it, by them giving you an explanation. You're not going to fucking figure it out in this third dimensional realm, but you're going to pop up into something on YouTube or something on, do a conversation that's going to validate what's coming through the spiritual realm. So don't be concerned if you can't find, yet we're talking about the Akashic records, yep. Don't be concerned if you can't find this shit documented in paper, Kali, okay? Because you're waking up archaic memory, all right? That's what's going on. And they're also telling me to tell you, this is why it seems like you're always fucking misunderstood, okay? So if you've been dealing and grappling with people, trying to, like, get people to understand, you're not from here, sweetie. They're not gonna fucking understand you. So you need to get past that. People are not going to understand you, bottom line, okay? You're hot, where you at, they not. And they're not gonna be, because you pulling shit from the archaic field. So if your mind can't even comprehend and put it into terms, definitely lower vibrational entities won't be able to understand what you're receiving. Okay, so know that. All right. So what you need to hold on to is tap into your inner magic. Okay, and you do have ancestors rocking with you too. There's this native Indian chick that's walking with you, and she's short. She's short, and she's showing up with a long ponytail, and she's wearing a red dress. She's kind of short and stumpy, darker skin, okay? She's a darker skin. She has one ponytail like a feather, darker skin. She's short. She's coming through in like a red, like a, like a red, I don't, like it's red, like a red dress, but she got a feather in her hand. She's a darker skin tone, okay? So you got somebody that's Native American, yeah, you, just we empaths. We not from here, so we're not going to be understood. So you need to understand that, okay? You need to understand that we're not from here. So you do have someone, and this could be ancestor. She's saying she's an ancestor. You got Native American, because the Native Americans are coming through strong, Kalia. I'm hearing drums. What happened around this new moon energy? Right, okay. Okay. Did you have some type of activation or something spiritual that happened around the new moon energy? Kalia? Because I hear drums. I hear drums. Okay. Miss T, are you hearing drums too? I don't know if I have any more impacts on here that's hearing drums. Okay, so bottom line, Kalia, is if you have not went through some type of spiritual initiation already, that you are going to be going through a spiritual initiation. I do hear drums. There's a lot of ancient Native Americans. Like, okay, so now they fucking taking me to the fucking desert. What desert is that, y'all? What is the desert that I don't know. I know it's in Arizona probably, but the desert that has like those clay mountains. I'm seeing desert, lots of red, like clayish shit. Okay. 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 So, all right. Kalia. Okay. Lots of dreams. Okay. Lots of dreams. Okay. Jean said she's hearing bells. Okay. Jasmine said she hear them. Okay. All right, Kalia, know that, and I want to say this: you are going through an ascension. You've been initiated in something, and initiation is happening in the spiritual realm. You got a lot of fucking ancient Native Americans around you. Okay, it's kind of like you're a shaman. You are a shaman. Bottom line, Kalia, you are a shaman. Google, look that up, see what that is. I didn't even fucking know that there was a vortex in Arizona. Okay, Kimberly, Mystical Mind just put that up. Okay, so Kalia, you are a shaman, or the high priestess energy. Okay, you are a healer. All right, you are not going to be understood. Now my palms are on fucking fire. You have the touch of healing. So now, are your palms on fire? Do you feel heat in your palms, Kalia? Because now my palms just sparked fire. Like now my palms are hot. And I haven't even fucking got through the rest of your reading yet. But now my palms are hot. I don't know. I want to know if you're feeling heat in your palms. Because I feel like you're going through an activation. Okay. All right. Okay. So, and that's the thing, Miss T. If we got a lot of impacts here, we will be tapping into each other. I feel heat in my hand. Is there anybody else in here whose palms are now activated? Okay. 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 So, Kalia, I'm sending all of this energy to you because there's definitely healing power. There's healing power. Jasmine is feeling the heat too. Anybody that's feeling the heat right now, you're healers. Okay. If you're feeling the heat in sweaty palms, if you're feeling heat in your hand, okay, you have healing in your hand. All right. Okay. All right. Middle C said fire in the ears. Middle C, you were keen to hearing. Okay. So your messages, Middle C, can come in through whispers. So that's how you want to pay attention to that. All right. Trudy said her palms are on fire too. The centers are hot. Mine's too. Okay. All right. So so right now we've activated a portal. There's definitely healing energy here. Okay. We've activated a portal. Kalia, You are a healer. You may, and this is probably why they're saying to you, you want to practice energy and how it heals. Okay, you have the gift of healing with your hands. All right, you are welcome. Now, okay, so your crown is oh, okay, you full, yeah, you in activation mode. Okay, you in activation mode. You definitely tonight want to make sure that, okay, so if you're having any kundalini activation today, if you feel any energy transmitting through your body at the end of this live when you go to bed or whatever, pay attention to where the blockages are. Okay, clear, you got to pay attention to where the blockages are, because that's where the energy needs to be released so you can get your full-fledged powers on. Okay, you're gonna have to unblock all of your chakras so the energy can flow properly. All right. um Oh, thank you, Middle C. You are welcome, my love. All right, so we done opened up a portal on here tonight because my palms are on fire now. All right, so hold on to, you got magic. What you need to let go of is any negative energy, Kalia. We talked about that. Any negative energy, you need to release that, okay? Because they're saying right now with the arrow, you need to surround yourself with positive energy, okay? Releasing negative energy and surrounding yourself with positive energy. I don't know if you have a space in your home. I don't know if you share a home. I don't care if it's a fucking corner. I don't care if it's your car. You're going to have to find a sacred space. Even if you have to put your sacred space out at night while you're sleeping and pack it up in a box and put it away because you share a space. That could include your crystals. That could include anything that your spirit tells you you need to have, okay? You need to create something sacred. You need to have you a space to go to, all right? If you have the space in your room clear, you may want to charge a particular room in your house. If not, charge something. You need something that you can tap into, okay? That's going to be important for you. Create an energy bubble for yourself with positive energy, and that can be done with crystals. That can be done with you charging a room, okay? Now, final outcome, Clea. Look at this. The air guardian, and the message from the air guardian is shift your perception. And remember I told you 4 cards jumped out? Remember I said 4 cards jumped out? The 4th card is the high priestess energy. We just talked about this energy for like 15 minutes, right? That's harnessing your mystical powers, all right? Harnessing your mystical powers. So um, overall, Kalia, you are going to tap into your true self. You are awakening your archaic memory, but I have to be honest with you, study to show thyself approved. It's kind of like getting a brand new car that's fully decked out and you have power steering, you can, link your Bluetooth, but not taking the time to figure out how to link your Bluetooth. So somebody's calling your ass on the phone, but you can't answer because you're driving, and you can't answer by the car, from the car, because you didn't take the time out to check out how to use the manual. So you will have to study to show yourself approved, which means spending time with yourself, which means learning how to trust yourself, and which means creating someplace sacred so you can meet with your ancestors and your guides and your angels. Okay, Kalia? I hope that was helpful. Okay, I hope that was helpful. All right, y'all. So, once again, major shout out to Trudy. Trudy made a donation today and wanted to donate the reading so 2 people could get a reading live tonight. So, major shout out to Trudy. And thank Kalia for opening that portal. Okay, thank Kalia so much for opening that portal. That was a beautiful portal that just got open. Um, And and yeah, I love when spirit come through, because I had no idea about her, and I had no idea about what I was feeling, with the regressions, but that was just coming through. It was you are welcome. You are so welcome. Yep, and major shout out to Trudy once again. Trudy rocks. Can I just tell y'all, major shout out to my 13-week crew. I got Trudy in here from the 13 weeks. I got Kimberly and I got Sam. And they all took my 13-week bending space and time, being able to create your own reality. So just say, yeah, I love these guys. She says blowing kisses and weeping. Aw, but crying is good, Kalia. Crying gets, a good cry is good. A good cry is good. Thank you for sharing your spirit and your energy. Now, let me just recap for those of you that are joining us and you're coming on a little late. Today was Relationship Chronicles, and today we were studying from the first chapter of The Mastery of Love. And we were talking about the wounded mind and how you can go into relationships, right? Um, how you can bring the ex into your new relationship based on your wounds, and how you can jump into a situation without taking the time to heal. Some of the things that we realized as we were going through the live tonight is that you program yourself how to love, you program yourself how to be angry, you program yourself how to be jealous. These are things and emotions that you master, and once you have something mastered, it becomes second nature to you. Okay. And we also talked about you being able to check your past relationship with your parents, because this can dictate how you now interact in your relationship as an adult. Okay. We also talked about gaslighting and love bombing. Okay. So that was really fun. And y'all notice we didn't get into no we didn't talk about any eggplants or tacos or peaches today. I caught that because y'all know we usually wind up over there, but we didn't go there today. The best project and relationship that you can work on is the one with yourself. Yep, Miss Coconut and Miss T pounds on that one. I agree. Middle C is laughing. I'm saying, listen, I'm a Scorpio and I'm single. So I told y'all about the dude on the dating site that texted me that I was gorgeous and he wanted to treat me like a queen. And then I said, "Can I ask you a question?" Because I was gonna ask like the basic shit, like what do you do, where are you from? And his response was, "You can ask me any question while I'm licking on your toes." And then he got blocked immediately. So, so just so y'all know, I'm not the only one whose minds go there often. Okay, I can ask any questions while I'm getting my toes licked on. Uh, okay. Better see say he got okay. They got that Scorpio mean. I'm telling you, I can't help it. And I can bring, and let me tell y'all, and also because I feel like sex is also a way of communicating. Sex is also a way of you using your creative energy. So I also look at sex from the spiritual standpoint of view. So for me, it's just not sex, and because it's just not sex, I feel like I can comfortably talk about it. And we are growing here, right? We are all growing here. Before we go, because how much? Okay, we got 10 minutes. We're gonna circle back on this tomorrow. We're going to talk about this one tomorrow because I know this is going to go deep. So we'll talk about that one tomorrow because that's going to put us. It was a question pertaining to the eggplant, the peaches, and the taco. But I'm going to circle back on that one tomorrow because I know how y'all get. Yep. See, Jay, I'm with you. Pounds on that one. Okay. So I want y'all to think about this as we're gearing up. So we're gonna spend another day talking about the wounds. Okay. And we're also gonna talk about how what you've learned growing up from the dynamics of you being in your in the home with your parents, what you learned about sex, and how does sex play a role in the wounded mind, right? Now, this is tomorrow's topic. How does sex play a role in the wounded mind? And I ask that question because a lot of people equate love to sex and then they get wounded when they use sex as a way to get love and it's not reciprocated back to them. Okay. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow and ways that we can heal from that. All right. Now, recapping, because y'all know I got to leave you guys with a takeaway. The takeaway today is that you have to get in tune with your shadow self. Major shout out to Jay and Kalia. I think it was Jay and Kalia that was dropping some knowledge about the shadow self in the chat. Okay. Okay. So, Middle C, I'm coming back on. Relationship Chronicles are going to be done. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? So like 6:30 tomorrow, Middle C. So we're going to be doing 6:30 tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Tomorrow. The consensus is if we bring it on a little later, that's better for everybody. So we're doing 6:30 tomorrow. We do spiritual conversations around 1:30 in the daytime, so you guys can definitely circle back for then also. So tomorrow, eggplant questions, and we will be talking about how sex plays a role in the wounded mind, as and you accepting things in a relationship based on your sexual language or even your perception of how sex, should unfold in a relationship. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Let me see. Jane said, yeah, about sex. When I'm with people, I can see their souls lift out of their body. Oh my goodness. Oh my, Jane, we will talk about that tomorrow. Okay, we will talk about tomorrow. I have a friend that swears by all levels she experienced levitating in one of her encounters with somebody that she had, a connection with. She said we literally levitated off of the bed. So there's some, y'all listen. Um, yeah. Oh, thank you. Jay, what sign are you? I know my Capricorns be holding me down. I know I got some Scorpios in here. I don't think Miss Tanya is in here today. Um, Oh my goodness, Middle Seed said eggplant question at one around no, eggplant questions are gonna be 6:30 p.m. In the evening time, Middle Seed. At 1 p.m. we're doing spiritual conversations. Yeah. The eggplants and tacos are at 6 p.m. Um Sam. I don't think so, Sam. I think you came in right around the at the top of it, Sam. I don't think you missed much. We didn't talk about eggplants and tacos today. This is yeah. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow as to how that plays a role in the wounded mind of how you deal with relationships or how you start relationships. Yes. 6 p.m. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Stellulum, what's that? Did I stellum? What's stellum? Or Salam. Stellum. Salam. Okay. All right, y'all. I think I'm about to wrap it on up. I think I'm about to wrap it on up. Uh, uh, oh. Oh, really? Okay. I'm gonna have to do some, so is that kind of like a triangles? Oh, wait. Okay, we're talking about it astrologically. Okay. Are we talking about astrologically? Three placements in a sign. Are we talking about astrologically, Miss T? Okay. Kimberly said no lunch special. No lunch time specials. No. Okay, astrologically. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna check that out because I need to get an updated astrological book because the one that I have is pretty old and I know that they've changed some things from since the one that I have may be outdated. Okay, on your natal chart. Okay. Oh man. Oh. Really? Okay, I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna check that out because I got my wheel here, guys. I got my wheel here somewhere. I got my wheel, so I'm gonna look later and see exactly where my placements is, and see if I have a Pisces sun. I'm in Pisces sun and Aries moon. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Only the sun in Capricorn. Okay, and astrology is where the all three or more placements are at the same time. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm gonna have to look that up. Thank you. Um, Jay, thank you. Jay, drop the knowledge, honey. Drop the knowledge. I appreciate that. I love when y'all come through and drop knowledge. Okay, y'all. I hope this was helpful. All right, remember to retake. You need to work on your shadow side. Your shadow side is where your trauma lives, where your pain lives, where your fear lives. Okay, this is where your disappointment lives. You need to be able to tap into that part of yourself so you can heal. Your shadow self is also funny, y'all. Your shadow self will check your ass in a heartbeat, and your shadow self knows you well. So if you can think of it like this, out of darkness comes light, right? The shadow self is the dark parts of you that can shed lights to the other facets of yourself, okay? So Work on your shadow self to heal, my loves. It is going on 8:30. I am going to shut it down for the night. All 12 bi-weeklies are now posted. So Brittany, if you're still on here, Leo's is now up. So all 12 have now been posted. So check out your bi-weeklies. And if y'all have questions from y'all bi-weeklies pertaining to the overall topic in Relationship Chronicles, we'll do so tomorrow, okay? Yes. All right, Trudy. I love you very much, Trudy. Like you fucking rock, Trudy, just so you know, okay? Words cannot even begin to say how appreciative I am of the things that you do behind the scenes. So, Ashley, hey my love. I was thinking about you earlier today, Ashley. Peace, love, and light. I'm sending you peace, love, and light, Ashley. Um, yes, I did Pisces. Pisces was the first one that went out last week, Jane. Pisces went up first last week. Pisces and Capricorns were the first to go up last week. So check last week. Pisces is already up. All 12s are up. All right? Okay. All right. Ashley, I just put out the specials for the month. Okay? So check the description box below. I'm going to update it. I think that one says sold out, Ashley, but I did. All right? I already put out the specials for the month. I'm going to go in and modify it now. I think I have the old one in this chat, but I'm going to modify it. You're welcome. All right, my loves. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, love, and light to each and every one of you. We're back here same time tomorrow. Bye, guys. I love you guys. Bye.